If you want to be a profitable sports bettor in 2026, you need to understand one thing right away. This is not gambling for fun. This is a strategy game. The goal is not to win every bet. It's to consistently get the best value possible. Most people lose because they bet emotionally, chase losses, and stick to one app. The people who win treat this like an investment. So let's break down exactly how to do that. This is the foundation of everything. If you take nothing else away from this video, understand this. Your job is not to pick winners. Your job is to beat the odds. As much as I would love a PrizePicks sponsor, stop betting on only PrizePicks. I'm serious. If you're only using one app, you are automatically putting yourself at a disadvantage. Every sportsbook has different odds, different promos, and different pricing. Apps like DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, these all compete with each other. And because they compete, they offer different lines. One app might have a player at over 22.5 points, another might have it at 24.5. That's a huge difference. Over time, those small differences are literally what separate winning bettors from losing bettors. So expand your portfolio, download every app, fund multiple accounts, and shop every single bet. This is called line shopping, and it is one of the biggest edges you can have. If you really want to win long term, you should be betting on primarily promos, boosted odds, risk-free bets, deposit matches, no sweat bets, profit boosts. These are not just nice bonuses, they are mathematically profitable opportunities. To be a promo bettor means being patient. You are not forcing bets every day. You are waiting for the sportsbook to give you the advantage. Most casual bettors do the opposite. They bet every day with no edge. Winning bettors, they might skip entire days waiting for value. That discipline is what makes the difference. The odds differ from app to app. Most times the difference is small, but sometimes it's massive. For example, one app might have a team at minus 110, another might have them at plus 100. That doesn't seem like a big deal at first, but over hundreds of bets, that difference is everything. If you consistently take the better number, you will win long term, even if your predictions are only average. This is why sportsbooks don't want you using multiple apps, because once you start comparing, you start winning. Let me show you what I mean in a real example. Looking at just Fliff and Rebet, we can clearly see the variance amongst each game across apps. Here are some NBA games from each app on the day I'm recording this. As you can see, if you were looking to bet on the 76ers money line, let's say you were going to put $100 on it. Fliff's payout would be $75 higher than Rebet's, just on a single straight bet. But then if you want to bet on the Bucks or the Rockets, Rebet gives you way more value. It's all about being patient, doing the bare minimum research in order to find the best value. Now, this is one of the most important concepts in sports betting. Closing line value means, did you beat the final line before the game started? If you bet something at over 22.5 points and it closes at over 25.5 points, you got incredible value. Even if the bet loses, you made a great bet. And that's something beginners don't understand. You can lose a bet and still be correct. You can win a bet and still be wrong. Over time, if you consistently beat the closing line, you will be profitable. That's how sharp bettors measure success, not by wins and losses, but by value. Now, this is one of the easiest edges you can take advantage of, especially in the NBA. Sportsbooks are slow to fully adjust when players are questionable. That creates opportunity. For example, the 76ers play the second half of a back-to-back against the Jazz. I want to bet on Tyrese Maxey points, knowing this should be a pretty high-scoring game, but Joel Embiid and Paul George are both questionable as they played in the first half of the back-to-back the night before. Knowing that Embiid and Paul George have been consistently sitting one leg of back-to-backs all season, I can catch Tyrese Maxey's points at a great value before the bump. This is not luck. This is pattern recognition. You are not guessing. You are predicting based on tendencies. And once the news breaks, that line is gone. This same exact logic applies to spreads and money lines. Using that same example, Let's say I want to bet the 76ers money line against the Jazz. Right now it's sitting at minus 275, but I know Embiid and Paul George will probably get ruled out. So what do? I wait. Because once they're ruled out, that minus 275 might drop to minus 150. Now I'm getting way better value on the same bet. This is patience, this is strategy, this is how you win. Before you ever start betting heavily, you should be maximizing every single promo available. Referral bonuses are some of the best ones. You sign up your friend, they get a bonus, you get a bonus. It's literally free value, and a lot of times they stack with other promos. So instead of just rushing the bet, take a step back and build your bankroll the smart way. Use referrals, use sign-up bonuses, use deposit matches. Start with an edge before you even place your first real bet. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if you don't manage your money properly, you will lose. The simple rules are: never bet more than 1 to 5% of your bankroll on a single play. Do not chase losses. Do not go all in. Sports betting has variance. You will lose sometimes. Even the best bettors in the world lose regularly. The difference is they survive the losses. Alright, now this is where most people fail. They lose one bet, they double the next. They win one bet, they get overconfident. They bet on their favorite team, which just leads to biased decisions. You have to remove emotion completely. No chasing, no revenge betting, no locks. If you're betting based on feelings, you're already losing. Alright, now before we wrap this up, I want to quickly go over some of the most common mistakes I see beginners make. Because honestly, avoiding these alone can put you ahead of most bettors. First, betting parlays every single day. I get it, they're fun and they pay a lot. But sportsbooks love when you bet parlays. That's how they make a ton of their money. Can you hit them sometimes? Sure. But long term, they're not profitable if that's all you're betting. Second, chasing losses. This is probably the fastest way to lose your bankroll. You lose one bet, and instead of sticking to your strategy, you double your next bet trying to win it back. Now you're not betting with logic anymore. You're betting emotionally, and that never ends well. Another big one, not line shopping. If you're placing bets without checking multiple apps, you are literally giving money away. Those small differences in odds, that's your profit over time. And then there's overbetting. If you're putting a huge percentage of your bankroll on one play, it doesn't matter how confident you are. All it takes is one bad result and you're right back to zero. And the last one, thinking short term. A lot of people expect to start betting and instantly make money. That's not how this works. This is a long-term game. You're building profit over hundreds of bets, not just one night. If you can avoid those mistakes and apply everything we talked about earlier, you're already ahead of most bettors. Becoming a profitable sports bettor in 2026 is not about being smarter than everyone else. It's about being more disciplined. If you use multiple apps, hunt for value, bet on only promos, track closing line value, take advantage of injury news, manage your bankroll, and stay emotionally controlled, you will already be ahead of 90% of bettors. Most people treat this like this is gambling. You need to treat it like a business. And once you do that, that's when you start winning.